is a 401k presented by WallStreetSurvivor.com. The 401k is one of the most common retirement savings accounts. The 401k is set up by your employer and has both tax and savings advantages. Here's Samantha. Samantha just started a new job with an insurance company. One of the perks of this job is 401k matching. Here's how it works. Samantha earns $100,000 before taxes and is allowed to put up 6% of her salary in the company 401k program. On top of that, the company agrees to match 50 cents for every dollar that Samantha contributes. So, if Samantha contributes the full amount, she'll deposit $6,000 into the account. Her company will match this by depositing an extra $3,000, bringing her total contribution up to $9,000. This contribution is tax deductible, meaning Samantha only has to pay income tax on $94,000 rather than $100,000. She will only have to pay taxes when she withdraws the money from the account, usually in retirement or after 60 when her tax bracket is lower. Matching is just one benefit plan. Another example could be profit sharing. For example, imagine that instead of the company matching 50 cents to the dollar, they agree to contribute 1% of the company's profits to Samantha's 401k. Because of these benefits, the 401k is a tool companies use for recruitment. If two identical companies offer Samantha the same salary, but one offers 401k matching or profit sharing, Samantha is probably going to choose that one. The 401k is also used as a tool for retention because of what's also known as a vesting period. Vesting means the contributions are locked in for a specific period of time. For example, let's say Samantha's company tells her that their contribution takes 3 years to vest. This means that Samantha can't withdraw the company's $3,000 for 3 years. One more thing that you should know. If Samantha quits or is fired from the insurance company, she is allowed to keep all of her contributions and all the company's vested contributions. However, if she withdraws it as cash, she will be forced to pay taxes and a penalty. What she should do is roll over her contributions to another registered retirement account, like an IRA.
Yeah.
They're not rich. That's one of my favorite sayings also. In other words, these guys who are financial planners are sales guys.
Yeah.
They're not rich people. They're not really investors.
Right.
And so I'm not saying it's wrong, but I don't have a 401k. I don't save money. And I don't invest in the stock market. I am an entrepreneur. I can create my own assets.
Wall Street is the only place on earth that someone takes the train to give someone financial advice who drives a Rolls Royce.
That's one of my favorite sayings.
Trust, believe in the Most High, and chase your dreams. I'm chasing my dreams. It's hard. If it was a plane, you're gonna experience turbulence. Yeah. If it's a ship, you're gonna go through some rough waters where rocky big waves. Ride there. As long as you believe that your destination, you want to get there, you'll do it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm living my dreams.
But if you believe in God, believe in
SP motherfucking I.
Believe in that, for real.
You know what's gangster to me? Is to live the way you want to live.
I told you this, nigga.
In business, the goal is for you to become independent and be the boss, take the responsibility, and also get the profit.
I ain't got no motherfucking boss.
SP motherfucking I.
Shout out to Lord Hybrid.
Lord Hybrid, okay? Big up to Lord Hybrid.
Lloyd Hybrid?
Yeah. Hybrid.
Lloyd Hybrid. Salute.
Lord Hybrid.
Lloyd Hybrid.
Yeah, hybrid.
Lloyd Hybrid. Salute.
And then I want to give an acknowledgement to my rich friends in the building. Shout out to Lord Hybrid.
Yo, Lord Hybrid. My boy got them bands, bro. Nigga got money. And the woman gonna know, okay, he got something. He pulled up in the G-Wagon.
I can smell a motherfucker with money.
And Lord Hybrid is in the building.
Yo. It's your boy Lord Hybrid in the building.
And Lord Hybrid is in the building.
Yeah, we up in here. This ain't gonna be a long one. It's gonna be a quick one and a strong one. Shout out my man, Corporate McMahon. Iron Mike forever. Corporate, I'm gonna tell you what my thoughts was about Iron Mike. First of all, I was really hoping that Mike Tyson would get knocked the fuck out. I'm talking about sleeping. Like, they might have to wheel him out of there on a damn stretcher. That's what I was really hoping. Because at a certain point, you just need to sit your old ass down somewhere. And also, I mean, you know, the legend of Mike Tyson, the young champion Mike Tyson. I mean, we all, you know, especially people like 40 and over who saw Mike in his prime and who just seen him knocking everybody out. He just seemed like he was invincible and all that. You know, that's always going to be cemented in our minds. Iron Mike, baddest man on the planet. But I look at Mike now like a fucking deviant, man. Nigga came to the weigh-in with a pair of panties on. And I was like, Mike, what the fuck you got on, man? It did. I didn't. The good Lord spared me from this. I knew it was you know, I don't have Netflix, but you know, you go to the certain sites and you can see, you know, the fight and everything. And people said it was buffering, but they said, I think they did an interview with Mike, and then he was walking away, and his bare ass was on the screen. Like, niggas seen Mike's ass, like, and I'm just looking at Mike like, you a fucking deviant, man. You know, and see, when they asked him at the end of the fight, you know, was he gonna do it again? He didn't say no. That's why I wanted him to get knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I wanted him to get like Evander Holyfield. He went in the ring and he got knocked the fuck out, and he ain't been back in the ring. And he's in really good shape, even better than Mike. And I think Evander might be a little older than Mike, but I wanted Mike to get knocked the fuck out, man. And just that, him showing his ass and coming out there in panties, and I done heard him say a lot of weird shit over the years, and just like, I mean, I don't look up to this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I just be glad, you know. I mean, and I felt like they scammed the people. That was like, yo, I'm a boxing fan. So maybe for the casuals or for the people who not into boxing, like I was looking at that shit like this is ass. No pun intended with the Mike bare butt shit, but it was like, man, this was a fucking, I mean, fortunately there was some good fights on the card, but that fight, the top of the card, was the worst shit I've ever seen. I haven't seen I seen some boring fights, but this shit was totally 100% need to end up in the landfill, bro. It was trash, bro. So I know everybody was kissing, Mike, even Jake Paul. Jake Paul made $40 million, so I'd be kissing his ass too. Not literally, but I'd be praising him or whatever, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't do that. But he made $40 million, so I understand why he was praising him and at the end of the fight and everything and called him a legend. And he is, but he's a fucking deviant, man. He's a piece of shit. I don't want to see him no more. He's promoting smoking weed and all the shit he's into. I'm not with it. So fuck Mike Tyson. I'm sad he didn't get his head knocked off and they didn't have to carry his old ass out in the stretcher. He's a fucking deviant. I don't take him serious. I respect everybody. I'm not going to say I don't respect Mike Tyson, but I don't want to see Mike Tyson no more. I'm done with Mike Tyson. Fuck Mike Tyson. And I'm glad I didn't have to see his ass. But a lot of people saw his ass. Like I seen people responding to that. They was complaining about the buffering. But it was like, it wasn't buffering. We seen Mike's bare ass. And I'm like, why is you like Mike? You saw Mike's ass because Mike wanted you to see his ass. Because I've never seen a boxer with his ass out. Like, you fucking deviant, dog. Go sit your old retarded ass down somewhere, go smoke some weed and shut the fuck up. So that's my feelings on that fight, man. I ain't with you on that, man. Fuck Mike Tyson, son. Go sit there old demented ass down, you fucking deviant. Nobody don't want to see that shit. I hated that boxing fans and people around the world had to see that bullshit. You know what I mean? I want to see Mike Tyson's ass, and I'm grateful to the good Lord that I didn't get to see it or wasn't subjected to seeing that because I don't want to see nothing like that. But anyway, those are my feelings on Mike Tyson and that bullshit ass fight. You know what I'm saying? That's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about money changer retirement. Money changer retirement. So let's hear from the biggest money changer and point out some things.
Different, I think, letter from what you've done before. Personal. Starts with your parents.
Right.
And they're saving for retirement.
Yeah.
And includes your grandkids as well.
Yes.
The retirement crisis. Give us your diagnosis of that problem right now.
Well, it's something I've been writing about for years, but I emphasize it in this letter. And, all my letters have been based on some long-term issues. And let me be really truthful about my letters. My letters are a reflection of my conversation with clients. So it is.
And by the way, if you don't know, this is Larry Fink, a man who is the CEO, happens to be a Jewish American, of BlackRock, which is the most powerful and largest financial company in the world. And when you're making your financial contributions, like your pre-tax 401k and your match and all that bullshit, is going in his pocket and making him more rich and more powerful. This is why I haven't given him a dime. Well, I've contributed to 401ks in the past, but I don't have one now. I won't give this money changer. And the money changer, you remember when Jesus went in the temple and he got mad because he was like, yo, this house is a house of prayer and y'all in here selling stuff. And he started turning over the tables and he expelled all of them from the temple. It was like, get y'all money changing asses out of here, man. This ain't about that. Get out of here. You're just hustling. So, but this is Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock.
And so over the past year, I heard more and more conversation about retirement, the retirement crisis, from many parts of the world, from middle-class developing countries to developed countries. The acute problem here in the United States is that we have still 57 million Americans who don't have any savings or any retirement plan.
Okay, that's not the problem. I don't have any retirement plans. I won't give you money changers a dime of mine, and I don't need you niggas. You completely irrelevant to me. So to me, the problem is not the fact that people aren't giving you more money. The fact is that they don't know how to harness the power of their labor and turn it into something that they own and control instead of just handing their money and their hard-earned money for year after year over the motherfuckers like this who ain't gonna do nothing but steal it. Him and people like him are the reason that we have a retirement crisis in the USA.
Social Security is a fantastic foundation for retirement, but if that's all you have when you retire, you're going to be living in poverty, below the poverty line, because it just is not, it's supplemental, but it's not meant to be the totality of what you have in a retirement. And the whole concept of we're aging, we're all living longer. And I think one of the big narratives I've had to reflect in 2023 was the miracles of medicine. When we talk about the drugs like Ozempic and all the different weight loss drugs, how that is extending life. It's conquering kidney disease and liver disease and heart disease and joint disease. And
that's bullshit. You got to remember, they hold pharmaceutical stocks with your money. So basically, these guys' business model is take your money, invest it in these stocks, and then as the values go up, because everybody's pumping. I mean, Ozempic is not a good drug. It's a weight loss drug, but it's not healthy. It has a lot of, it causes stomach paralysis, and you got to inject it in, and you have these rapid weight losses, but it's not a natural thing. Like fasting is natural. You by fasting, it's more effective, it's more safe, it's free. You don't have to buy pharmaceuticals with side effects. If you look at the he wants you buying products that of companies that he holds so that he can make more money. Then he doesn't have to use his money in all transactions. They get a fee. And so he, drugs ain't curing kidney disease and diabetes. RFK is being put in a position because the United States public is sicker than ever. And the pharmaceutical companies have a big part in making us sick, and they don't make us healthy.
And then there are new medicines now for dementia that extends life. So if you think about the miracles of technology and how it transforms our lives and extends our life, there is not a dialogue in America or most places about can we afford that longevity? And our entire retirement system was based on statistics that were created 50 years ago, whereby most Americans retired between 60 and 62 then, but most Americans then passed away at 67. And today, statistically, a couple 60 years old in good health, one of them is going to live over 90. And so the other question is, should we reevaluate how we work and how long we work? Because we all need purpose in life. And in most people find purpose, obviously, maybe with their grandchildren, their children, their community. Many people find purpose in their jobs. And the thought of retiring at 60 with 30 more years or a 30-year life in front of you, we need to have a dialogue. We need to have a conversation. And
okay, translation. If you're working longer on your job and you keep contributing to the 401k, he'll get more money to his firm and he'll make more billions off your working ass. So work longer. Now, there's two sides to the argument because I let one of my homeboys see my G-Wagon, my boy Money. But then yesterday I went down and visited some frat brothers of mine, pulled up in the G-Wagon, and they was all big-eyed and shit. And I was talking to one of them. These are guys that I went to college with. And, I was asking one of them, like, he's been working at this company for a good while, and I was like, he's a little younger than me. He's probably in his mid to late 40s. So I was like, how long you been on your job? He was like, yo, I've been there 24 years. I was like, God damn. And he said, yeah, I interned with them, and then they just kept me, and I've been there ever since. So I was like, so what you gonna do for your retirement? You know, how you feel about retirement, and you think you're gonna be able to retire? You've been there. I'm sure you done built up all this and all that. And he said, be honest with you, man, I'm gonna keep working as long as I can move, which to me makes sense. And I plan to do the same thing. I still work, even though I own the companies that I work for. But you know, retirement is something that I don't have plans to necessarily retire, but at the age of 50, I plan to dedicate the next 20 years of my life to acquiring legacy assets that will present me with passive income so that I don't have to work. And also I plan during these 20 years to increase my business income, my active business income many-fold, which I've done even since I've been on YouTube. You know, when I started on YouTube, I don't even think I was making $10,000 a month, and I've more than tenfold surpassed that. So I will continue in the efforts to build businesses. And like I said, I'm in the process of having a prototype developed to which I own a patent, and then I'll create a company. It's within one of my companies, but I'll spin it off into another company, a separate company, and I will grow that to be bigger than any of the businesses that I have now, which will take me into new territory. So over the next 20 years, I intend to build my portfolio of companies, all of which that I've started, and increase my income, and then take that money and purchase things like land and things like that, which will provide me with passive income. So by the time I'm 70, you know, if I choose not to work at all, which I don't see myself doing, I'm sure I want to remain active as long as possible, like my frat brother told me yesterday, except for with him, he'll be at a job and, you know, we'll be in totally different tax brackets. But the point being the same, retirement, especially for men, able-bodied men, is a outdated concept, kind of like legal marriage in the United States. You know, it just like my pops retired, and now he sits around in his house all day watching TV. He don't do nothing. And I think most people, particularly starting with Gen X, we don't see retirement because many of us don't think we can stack up enough money, because the money changers will have you thinking you can put enough money into your 401k and then you'll be able to just live off that. But if you live long, that's going to run out and you're probably going to have to get a job. So my view is not, instead of giving my money to this guy, Mr. Larry Fink, or others like him, I intend to my whole strategy with keeping my pops. When you giving away, I got to where I was because I stopped giving this guy money. I stopped giving guys like him money. I lived frugal when I was a regular working class person or middle class person or whatever I was when I had a job. I lived frugal. I didn't give him my money, and I created disposable income. Disposable income is your startup capital that gives you the ability to start your own thing. So if I would have been giving him all my money, I might have $120,000 in a 401k, but I wouldn't be riding G-Wagon. I wouldn't be living in a big house that's paid off. I wouldn't have access to hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I wouldn't be liquid, and I wouldn't be nothing. I'd just be working like everybody else. So we have to deprogram ourselves from thinking that these people are here to provide us with a retirement, because they are money changers who are there to gain power by taking our power, which is our disposable income, using it for themselves and getting paid off it and making themselves billionaires like this guy did.
I'm an optimist. I am very optimistic about the long-term vitality of our markets. I'm bullish on capitalism.
Right.
The reason why I'm bullish is that when I read the newspapers every morning and listen to Bloomberg and other news organizations, it's full of scary things. We talk about the problems.
Yeah.
We talk about all the problems, but we solve problems through conversation.
Right.
And the one area where we have no conversation is the affordability of retirement and the whole concept of retirement. And we need to start a global and, most importantly, a national dialogue.
So in your letter, you have a very powerful, I think, diagnosis of the problem, not just the United States, but globally.
Yes.
We're living longer. We need more money, therefore, to live. At the same time, there's also a bit of a pan there to capitalism, and particularly capital markets, and the
Yes.
extraordinary things they've done, what they can do. Connect the two of those up. Could we use the capital markets to address at least some of the problem we're talking about? And let me be very specific. Social Security, you mentioned, is really in trouble. Should we be taking the Social Security Trust Fund, what's left of it, and put it into capital markets?
We need.
So basically, he's asking, should we look, anybody who you trust with your money is going to steal from you one way or another. And that's the bottom line. So you give this guy your money, he's going to steal it. The Social Security Fund has been borrowed against and lent out and rehypothecated and all of that crazy stuff to where it's already insolvent into the distant future by the time many people who are like in their 30s and down, even in their 40s and down, is probably, unless they make some drastic changes, they're going to have to make significant reductions in the payout. So basically, by the time you get to your Social Security, it's going to be like getting $100 a month today. It's not going to be enough to, you know what I mean? You might take a gas out of that. You know what I mean? I can't even fill up my G-Wagon with that. You know what I mean? So depending on money changers to take care of you is probably not going to be successful and they're not going to give you what you think you're supposed to get.
When you look at what Lord Hybrid is saying, he's right about all that, really.
To put it in a long-term investment, I mean, we have a system of pay as you go. Okay, there are other countries like Australia that have a whole unique system whereby you're contributing. But right now in Congress, there are a number of senators and congressmen are talking about rehabilitating our Social Security pool and maybe contributing a big block of money into it so it has sufficiency. But to me, as I said, Social Security is just a foundation of retirement. We need to really educate our citizens about the need for savings. We see worldwide, most people who are really thrifty, they keep most of their money in a bank account. Like in Japan, there's a high savings rate of 18%. Most of that is in a bank account. In Europe, there's a high savings rate of 15-ish%. Most of that's in a bank account. That is not going to provide you with the adequacy of the compounding of what capital markets can do. But probably one of the big conversations I've had with so many political leaders is the connection of retirement and the capital markets. When you think about the vitality of the U.S. capital market, so much it's based on the long-term money of pension funds of our, whether it's a defined benefit plan or a defined contribution plan. And Americans are more optimistic, and so we have a higher investment in equities beyond any other society. And so in my conversation with many political leaders, as they think about retirement, and Japan is a great example. The Kishida government just this past October raised the amount of tax deductibility to put in your 401k. They doubled the size. And it's not a coincidence that the Japanese equity market since October is up 30%.
Okay. So they said they increased the tax deductibility. So basically, they use the government to say, we'll give you incentives This is why they lobbied the government so much. And this is what the financial companies have done, just like paying them interest. They'll tell the government to give you an incentive to collect less taxes if you give us money. And so that's what they do. And that's a rigged system to trick you out of your money to give it to them. They get more and more powerful. The more people that give this guy more money, he gets more powerful. And this is the same guy that was pushing ESG, where they was doing all of these stupid additional regulations because he said so. Listening to Klaus Schwab and all of those guys that harmed a lot of individuals and businesses. So if you put your faith in these money changers, you lose. They win, you lose. This guy's not a person that's here to help you. He's a salesperson trying to sell you to give him your money so that he can get richer and more powerful and you lose power.
And it's because we're seeing more and more money that is going into the long-term capital markets. So not only does it give financial returns for those who are retiring and saving for retirement, but it's a big foundation for domestic companies to have local investing in their own companies. If you look at the United States, our equity markets generally traded a 2 to 3 PE ratio higher than any place in the world. Now, you could argue we have better companies than any other place in the world, but you could also have to attribute this to that we have a larger retirement system in terms of what we invest in. Now, that doesn't mean we need more. We need more money for more people to be putting it into their system. Now, that doesn't mean we need more. We need more money for more people to be putting it into their system.
He wants more money. I hope that you understand what I'm communicating in terms of by giving these guys your money. In every way, it depowers you. And I used to not really understand so much why Robert Kiyosaki said the things he said about 401ks and jobs and stuff like that. But as I grow, as I gain wealth, as I gain knowledge and capabilities in terms of business, income, debt, taxes, and all of the things that I'm able to do and live the life that I'm able to live, I see how it's depowering people because it robs them of everybody can do, or should I say most or many people can do what I'm doing. So for example, just like when Walmart comes to your town and then you lose the mom and pop shops that sold hardware and whatever, it's a centralization. So somebody from somewhere else is reaching in the community and taking the lifeblood out of your community and forcing you to be their slaves. So it's centralizing everything. So Walmart is a huge corporation that's everywhere in every community and is siphoning all money out of those local communities. I'm not saying Walmart is bad. I'm just saying it's better. Like for me, what's a better option? For me to not have my company, what would be better for me? To be working for a company that's doing what I'm doing, that's a big, huge national conglomerate, international conglomerate, me working a job, making X amount of dollars in the salary and getting a 401k and stock, or me having my little company and making myself a millionaire, having all these capabilities independent. I have no money with the guy, Larry Fink. So for more people, there will be a better quality of life. Of course, I don't want to work for a large company that's doing what I'm doing, get a salary, them give me a little 401k match, and me have to work for them and then depend on this money changing dude for my retirement. So when you're giving these guys your money, you're giving them your power. Look, money is power. So money is power because it's just like what I'm doing in terms of inventing my product. I have money, so it's going to cost me about $60,000 to pay these designers to create my prototype, and then I'll have to be ready for manufacturing. I'll pay up a lawyer to get me a patent, and I'll pay manufacturers to make my products, and then I'll put them in stores and markets, and then I'll create a valuable company. So the $60,000 is being converted. I'm giving it to some qualified, talented people, and it's producing work for me to produce a valuable prototype for me. So the money, I can convert it into work. I can get people to do things for me that will make me rich. So if you're giving this guy your money, now you don't get the learning experience on how to harness the power of your money by making other people to work for you, to do things that's going to create you value for you. You don't learn how to do these types of things. All you learn how to do is go to work and give Larry Fink your money. So you're weaker, and he has the power. He knows what to do with it. And the thing that the money changers do don't add value. I'm adding value. I'm creating valuable products that people buy every month over and over again. It obviously, people don't buy things that don't add value. But these guys, what is he producing? He doesn't produce anything. He just collects your money, and he gets a cut of it for making transactions. He gets rich off it. He's siphoning off your wealth, and now he's got billions, and he'll put his billions to work to enrich him and his family off of your labor. He's not working. He's using the power of your money to make him rich. He's buying influence. We're going to get lobbyists to go to the government to give more incentives for you to give me all your money. The disposable income that you could have learned how to use and manage to harness the power of your money to make yourself rich. And you're never going to get rich giving Larry Fink your money. So that's what the money changers are. And they don't bring value. So if you really want to understand money changers, you can go to the big homie, the Lord Jesus. How did he feel about the money changers?
The money changers. Every male coming to the temple for Passover was required to pay the half-shekel offering, and it needed to be exchanged into tokens by the money changers. The religious leaders had quite an organized racket going on at the temple in Jerusalem. They created a way to collect money from every pilgrim coming to worship at the temple, and they did it in an inconspicuous manner by bringing in their own bankers or money changers to exchange good currency for temple tokens. The money changers added a 12% currency for temple tokens. The money changers added a 12% fee for their services, which was shared with the religious leaders. This became a hardship, especially for the poor and the needy. It also broke the spirit of worship at the temple and created a place of squabbling over money. When Jesus saw this, he turned over their tables and cast them out of the temple, saying, "Take these things away. Stop making my Father's house a house of merchandise."
Yeah, they was charging you a VIG, a transaction fee. You brought good currency to the temple. Well, you got to use these tokens in here. Now that token doesn't add any value. It was just a way to trick you out of a percentage of your transaction. So it made it more expensive for you to do business. And I'm not saying, every type of transaction and people who facilitate transactions don't deserve to get paid, but 12% to buy a worthless token that was unnecessary when you could have just spent the currency. These are the money changers. And we got so many money changers in our lives. And I have reduced their impact in my life significantly. You know, because they always come selling you some reason why you should give them money. Jesus couldn't stand them. He kicked them out the temple. He turned over their tables. He was like, you ain't hustling up in here. Get out of here. You know, and if you think about the money changes in your life, think about, you know, all of the non-value added money changes that are in your life. For example, health insurance, which I don't have. You know, you paying these guys and they say they're going to keep you healthy and they're going to protect you from the risk of you getting sick. So give us some money. They destroyed the medical profession in America. They made it the most expensive. We have the least health outcomes, but they tell you need health insurance. I don't have health insurance. I'm not going to pay these guys $1,200 a month or $800 a month to be able to get them to pay my bills for me. Then when I get sick, they say, well, you can only get this treatment or that treatment. You're a money changer. They don't add any value to the process. And if they weren't involved in the transaction, just like if the money changers in the temple were not there with their tokens, it would be better because it would be less expensive because you wouldn't have to pay them that vague or that transaction fee just to do so. Because I don't have health insurance, when I go to the doctor for whatever I need to go for, who's your insurance? You self-pay? I'm self-pay. Okay, well, it's 20% cheaper or 30% cheaper. And they give you a lower price because you're not dealing with a money changer. But if you go in there and if you go in there self-pay, they're going to say, you know, these are the options. Pick whatever one you want. It's going to be cheaper and you have all your options. If you go in there with a money changer, he don't want your health to affect his profit. So he's going to say, well, for this illness, we give this procedure. We pay for this procedure. And you got to have a copay and you got a deductible or whatever they got. So you be thinking they looking out for you. The money changer is never looking out for you. You know, I do have full coverage on my G-Wagon, but I have liability on my other two vehicles. And it's significantly because I haven't been in like an accident in a long time. But they tell you, well, if you get full coverage, it protects you and your car and all that stuff. If you get liability, it just protects the other driver. So they're looking for risk and telling you risk. It's just like the mob used to do. They came in and they wanted a cut to keep you safe. You know, now if you didn't pay them, they would cause the problem. So basically you getting protected from them. So these money changes are destroying wealth. People like Larry Fink. Jesus hated them. I hate them. And I spend a lot of time. I have a $10,000 deductible on my home insurance. It's like I always got $10,000. And it saves me thousands of dollars because it lowers their risk, even though not that much, because 10,000 ain't that much. So it's the money changers. What are you doing? Why are you giving them your power? They're never on your side. They never care about you. They never add value. They just find a way to get more from you and prevent you from achieving wealth. So the contributors, the 401k contributors, when we talk about the powerless contributors, like most people are powerless contributors. They just live less. I don't know what to do with no money, which is the real problem. The real problem is not you're not giving Larry Fink enough money. The real problem is that you don't know how to handle your own money. You don't know how to not need them. Larry Fink is 100% completely irrelevant to me. I don't need that motherfucker for anything. You know, I can do things with my own money. And when I invest in assets, it gives me abilities that most people don't have. So it's something to think about, because they're always selling you that they're gonna help you. And really what they're doing is they're tricking you into giving away your money and your power and your ability to learn how to not need them and just keep you on the plantation going to work, giving them a percentage, 6% of your money for 30, 40, 50 years. Keep working, work longer, give us money longer.
Lord Hybrid is right.
So anyway, this is an example of some of the things that knowing money and knowing business and not needing them cats can do.
Yeah, it's your boy Lord Hybrid. Look, man, what you're looking at is actually a statement, the statement data from my business line of credit. And see, these are the kind of tools that I like to use because I have a business that consistently makes money, and that income is continually growing. This is a controllable part of my business that I can directly control and use to help manage my wealth and cash flow outlays in terms of expenses. And so what you're seeing is if you look right here, the beginning total balance was $60,416.49. Meaning that's how much money I borrowed, $60,000 from them, and I had accumulated $416.49 in interest. Now, this tool is helpful because it helps me manage my outlays, and I have so many options on how to do it. So as you can see, I decided to, over the past month, I paid $21,000 and some change to pay the debt down, bringing the debt down below $40,000. Right? So that slowed down my money leaving. When I spent $80,000 on inventory, I borrowed 60 of it, so I only had to come out the pocket of 20. So that preserved $60K in liquid cash in my business. So that means I have more in my business on hand to handle situations, to make moves, investments. And it was costing me about $400 and something, $400 or $500 a month to hold that debt, to preserve my capital, to keep me more liquid. Now, the bank loves that because the bank, that's how they get paid. They get paid to lend money. So they made $400, $500 off of me, right? So what did they do? I had an interest rate change, right? So my interest rate was 10.35, and they brought it down to 10.10. So that's a little bit of savings on the cost of the money. And so what I did last night, which isn't reflected in this statement, is I borrowed. See, my daily rate went from $28,750 to $28,055. So basically, this 7 right here is gone, and it reduced. So it reduced how much they calculate the interest daily. So when you look at your account, you see every day the amount you owe is going up. So that brought my interest expense down to like $27 a day on 100,000. So what I did last night was, now I've invested a lot in my inventory, and I don't need inventory, but I want to spend money, and this is why I don't really need crypto or buy crypto, because I'm going to get a 6 to 7x return on everything I do here. So if I spend 80 grand, I'm going to get a 6 to 7x return on spending within my business. Now, what I can't do with crypto, I don't think crypto is going to give me a 6 or 7x, especially in the same time period within a year, nor can I borrow money to buy the crypto to give me the returns. So it's going to be a lesser return, and I have lesser options in securing the money. You know, legally, if you borrow some money and then you buy crypto with it, I don't know if that's legal. You know what I'm saying? Unless the bank knows you're borrowing the money to buy the crypto. Or if it's just a personal loan, you can do whatever you want with it. But like legally for me, in my terms and agreements, I can't use this money to buy crypto. I can use it for certain activities in my business. So now, I'm not anti-crypto, and I know everybody's not in the same position as me, and I don't think it's a bad idea to invest in crypto, especially now since we have an incoming government that'll probably be a lot more friendly to crypto. So it's, you know, for others, you might can get a 2 or 3x on your money, and in some cases more, because there are some cryptos that's probably going to do 6x, 7x, you know, top level cryptos. Of course, there's some lower level cryptos where it's going to be something that's at the bottom now that's going to rise all the way to the top 20, and you probably going to get like a 50x. You know what I mean? And I caught a 70x. Y'all know with Regal Coin, you know, I done caught some astronomical returns in crypto, and they probably still do exist for those who are very knowledgeable. You know, and shout out to my man Daniel Bell. I see you out there, bro. My boy Eagle Eye, salute. Circadian Rhythm, salute. You know what I mean? And my man Crypto Task Force, see you out there, man. The brothers want you to come back, Crypto Task Force. The brothers want you to come back to the Crypto Gems group, man, on Telegram. So, you know, the brothers still bring your name up, man. They want to see you pop back in. But yeah, so I understand and I support crypto investors and all of my internet homies and buddies that are excited about it, because, you know, just in the group, they are very excited, and I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? But ultimately, you know, I think saving in crypto is great, because just imagine, you know, for the past 2 years, you were saving $1,000 a month, and you were buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, XRP, Solana, things like that. That money, crypto usually does have a surge for some reason. And now, if you saved, like, say you did $1,000 a month for 2 years, that's $24,000 you put in. That $24,000 that you put in will probably be valued at like $50,000-$60,000. You can do something. You could peel some of that off and make a move, whatever idea you have or something you want to invest in. So I definitely support crypto. And I use crypto, and it helped me, you know, on the come up. Definitely helped me on the come up. Y'all know the crypto put me in the fly penthouse. For those of y'all who've been with me from for years and seen my journey from the leaky old house to the G-Wagon and the paid off big house and on the golf course and the lake and all that crap, you know. So
Crypto was a part of that. Crypto bought me a car cash. Crypto put me in the penthouse, and crypto put me in this house. Because when a part of the my down payment, you know, I know my house is paid off now, but a part of my down payment came from an investment in Uniswap. When they first dropped the unis, you know, I was getting ready to buy this house. I put, you know, a couple of probably 10, 20, 40, I don't know how much, but I put that in Uniswap and it just went up. I dumped it and I used that money to put my down payment on my house. So crypto can be a valuable, and I don't knock crypto. You know, I'm an OG in crypto. When, you know, I mean, for those little people who know Red Pill, they know I taught Red Pill about crypto. And everybody came a crypto channel, crypto investors. They never heard of crypto until I told them about Bitcoin. So I mean, they know that. All y'all little Red Pill ass niggas, y'all know that, man. Come on, man. We ain't gonna go there because this ain't about that. We ain't gonna go there. But for me, being able to do things like this, now I took my balance, I borrowed 60, I paid off 21 with interest. So I'm down to like 39. Then last night I went and took 60 from my line of credit. So now I'm in $100,000. Well, my business is $100,000 worth of debt to them, which will probably cost me, I think I did the calculation on this video, but that's now I can take their 60, put it with my 20, and this week I'll buy more inventory. Now, this helps me keep my liquidity and at the same time achieve my inventory goal. So once I send off this week, that last bit of that last order for my inventory, that'll put me at over 2 million in inventory. So that's potential income that'll be in inventory. So I'll be using their money. This is the proper use of debt. So people who use consumer debt, you're using it wrong. You know, you use debt to make money. That's Robert Kiyosaki's whole premise. His basic premise with all of the bluster is use debt to buy assets that make money. And the interest will help you reduce your taxes. So I'm paying a 10% interest rate, but that's going to reduce my taxable income. But for me, my inventory gives me a guaranteed 6 to 7x, as well as I can borrow. If I can borrow 100%, you know, but I normally do like 80% so that I have some skin in it and the debt is less. Now, also the interest expense. So now this 39, add 60 to it. So I'm right at about 100,000 in debt on my company. It based on the daily periodic rate, which is right here. So now I'm at 0.00028,055. So if we multiply that by 100,000, I'm at about $28 a day times 30. So at that balance, it would cost me $841 a month. And it's like my interest rates are going to keep decreasing. We'll see. So I could choose to make a minimum payment. Like, I had, you know, I made $21,000 worth of payments over the past 30 days. I think sometime earlier this month, I paid 21,000
towards the 60 that I borrowed, that brought it down to under 40. And normally I would just pay another 20,000 and just do 20,000 a month till it's gone. So now that I'm back up to 100,000, and it's gonna cost me this month to maintain 100,000, I can just pay the minimum payment. Now the minimum payment on this debt is $800, right? So, you know, my minimum payment, and they're gonna tack on a little principal with it, just like a mortgage. We'll see with my new balance what my minimum payment will be. Let's say maybe it'll go up to, I don't know, I'm just guessing here, I have no clue, $1,200 a month. Well, these transactions preserve so much capital for me that it would be advantageous to me because I'd have way more money in the bank. I still have a high income, and me paying $1,200 a month, you know, just imagine you're making over $100K a month. Is paying $1,200 a month gonna be a problem? No, it's not. Depending on your expenses. I mean, I just have payroll expenses, but trust me, with paying my business expenses, such as paying my people and paying for other things and paying myself, this additional $1,200, I will still have many tens of thousands of dollars in profits after paying that. So I can just pay that and keep the money in the bank. Money's coming in every month and just stack more money. And I could go a whole year just paying the minimum payment, and the bank would love it. Because the bank wants to make interest off me. So I would be more valuable to them, and they probably want to give me more money. You know, they told me if I keep an average balance of over $40,000, they'll waive the annual fee. So if I'm holding 100, I'm keeping the payments up, they're loving it. It's just like if you get a mortgage and it's a 30-year mortgage and you're paying your payment on time, just the regular payment, they love that. That gives them more money because they get more interest. You're paying the whole thing. So when I hit them with like 20,000 and knock the principal down, they're getting less interest. So me carrying 100,000 is an option. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I may utilize that option. I may reduce it to where I do additional principal payments to where I give myself a year to pay it off. Because I decided this year was the year that I wanted to invest in the company. And so, you know, this would be my last investment for the year in terms of inventory. And I'll have enough inventory to where I don't even have to buy inventory next year if I choose not to. I probably will buy more inventory. But the debt just give me the flexibility, and I like having that control over what I'm doing. So when I think about a 401k, you know, you're just working. You're working, which is nothing wrong with working, and you're giving your what would have been your disposable income to these money changers, i.e. banks or brokers or whatever they are, and now they have your power. So these guys don't even have any money, and they keep needing you to work longer, work harder to pump money into them to give them more power. Now they're sitting up there rich and important with your money. Whereas because I know how to control my money and control everything that I profit from, I don't need those guys. I think it's totally irrelevant to me.
That doesn't mean we need more. We need more money for more people to be putting it into their system.
Yeah, the more money you give Larry Fink, you're giving him your power. You're not investing in your know-how so that you can make money without him, and he's taking a big cut as a result of robbing you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the record labels. Another example of money changers. They take these rappers, monetize, artists, should I say, not just rappers, monetize all they do is give them a loan. So here,
here's an advance. Actually, it's a loan. And every artist always tells you the record label wants to keep you in debt. Then they have a complicated formula that you don't understand on how they're going to monetize. And they end up keeping all the money and say, well, you're in debt, so we don't owe you anything. And on the back end, they take it all. Money changers. You know what I mean? And all they doing is giving you enough money to produce your art as far as the recording studio, give you a little money for your pocket that you owe them. And they take ownership and control over your intellectual property, which is the valuable part. That's why I'm taking $60,000 to develop my invention. And then I'm going to pay a patent attorney to get my own patent. And I'm going to own 100% of my intellectual property, just like I own my valuable brands now that sell tens of thousands monthly that make me with the income that I have. So I'm saying, so having the ability to identify the money changers, that's like reducing your taxes, because interest is like tax.
In terms of what we invested. Now that doesn't mean we need more. We need more money for more people to be putting it into their system.
They want more of your money, and they want more people, and they want to believe. They don't look. It's the reason why they don't teach you. Look, when I got out of high school, I didn't know how to write a check. I knew nothing about credit, borrowing, lines of credit, nothing. They don't want, because the empowering side of finance is what I'm doing and what Robert Kiyosaki always tells you about, using debt to buy assets. You know, just like I used debt to secure my home because I didn't have all of the money at the time when I bought my home to purchase my home outright. So I used debt to secure this asset. As soon as I bought the asset using the debt, the value of the asset just steadily kept increasing to the point to where in 4 years I'm up $200K on my house. Now I used their debt to secure the asset, but I didn't want to pay the full, I basically robbed them of 27 years of interest, because at exactly year three, I paid them all of their principal. And so they had no basis on which to charge me interest. And after I paid them off, I probably saved enough to buy another house, as well as I had a gain from the increase in the value of the property. So I won. They won too, because they got some good interest for 3 years, but they didn't get the 30 years of interest. You know what I'm saying? So the money changer, you gotta use the money changer. You gotta use it for you. So debt should be used to make money. It shouldn't be used, and it can be used to secure valuable assets like my home. But when we relying on debt, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose. So don't forget about the lesson from Jesus about the money changers.
The money changers. Every male coming to the temple for Passover was required to pay the half-shekel offering, and it needed to be exchanged into tokens by the money changers. The religious leaders had quite an organized racket going on at the temple in Jerusalem. They created a way to collect money from every pilgrim coming to worship at the temple, and they did it in an inconspicuous manner by bringing in their own bankers or money changers to exchange good currency for temple tokens. The money changers added a 12% fee for their services, which was shared with the religious leaders. This became a hardship, especially for the poor and the needy. It also broke the spirit of worship at the temple and created a place of squabbling over money. When Jesus saw this, he turned over their tables and cast them out of the temple, saying, "Take these things away. Stop making my Father's house a house of merchandise."
Yeah, so getting you don't need them at all to get rich if you teach yourself how to get rich without them and be dependent on you and your knowledge and your capabilities. So they're totally irrelevant to me for the most part. I use them, like I said, I use it in my business. I will pay interest. I don't mind paying interest if I get a benefit from it. So with me, if I compare where I'm at now to where I would have been if I stayed on my job and just kept putting it in my 401k, you know, I was telling my pops, based on the income that I make now, as compared to the income that I made when I left my job, it would take me 24 years to make the income that I make in 1 year now. 24 years. Isn't that something?
So why is it that more people are buying raw land in the United States than ever before? The answer will surprise you. And look, it's not just the rich and the wealthy, although they're snatching up a lot of property right now. It's the average person, just like you and I, that are diversifying their financial portfolio. Perhaps they have concerns of their other assets making a stable rate of return in the coming years. But that said, it's hard not to notice the likes of Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Ted Turner, to name a few of the big names that people know that are investing in land. And these guys, just those three alone, have millions of acres of land. So leading the pack of that is Ted Turner, no relation to me, not that I'm aware of. He owns CNN, by the way, and also TBN, Turner Broadcasting Network. The next one is Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos owns close to 500,000 acres, and then Bill Gates, he owns a lot of farmland, close to 300,000 acres. So what does that mean for you? Well, first of all, they're not making any more land. What's here is pretty much here. And land's right there next to gold and silver, which happen to be at the peak of their value right now. And there's one more thing that's also at the peak of its value, and that's real estate. But why is it that the wealthy are buying so much land? For one, we must consider profitability. They're not making any more land, and as population grows and people need food and groceries and all that sort of thing, land can be used for lots of different things. They're not making any more land, so why not invest in land, something that goes up in value, very similar to gold and silver?
So like when I'm thinking about my plans in terms of retirement, like I said, I don't plan to retire as long as I'm able-bodied. I want to be doing something productive. But like people be like, yeah, I got enough money, I ain't got to do nothing for the rest of my life. That's a total lie in my case. No. I don't have it like that. So, but because I do have a high income, but I gotta work in my business to keep that income coming in. It's still a lot different from having a job. But no, I can't just go kick my feet up and money's gonna keep coming in. And that's what I need to build now for the next 20 years. So like I said, by the time I'm 70, my goal is to have 10,000 acres of timberland. And timberland is an investment that has a lot of tax advantages, and it's not 100% passive, but you know, the sun's gonna come up every morning. Been doing that forever. It's gonna rain, and the trees are gonna grow. So I don't actually have to do nothing. So the more acres I get, like I saw 150 acre plot of land of timberland that I'm looking at as I'm familiarizing myself with the market. And you know, when you cut like, you know, acres of land, that's tens of thousands of dollars. You know, you cut 100 acres of land, it might be like 90,000 or something. So just imagine if by the time I'm 70, I got 10,000 acres of timberland. You know, usually take like, depending on the type of species of trees you're growing,
I think it's like a 10-year thing. So if you cut 1,000 acres a year, that's a whole lot of money. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars. You see what I'm saying? So that's something that I can add as an income producing asset that's requires very little work and maintenance. And you work with forestry consultants and people like that, and it's a asset that can, you know, if you have enough money to get enough land, you can build up a portfolio of timberland, even farmland, other kinds of lands. You can do so many things with it, and it can provide. So my thing is those legacy assets, and it's an asset that'll keep on producing in the perpetuity that you can leave for future generations. And it grows in value over time. So, you know, I know that you know, they everybody's gonna tell you, you know, Larry Fink's gonna tell you that you're supposed to be saving up money, working hard, and giving them 6%.
He's a fag.
So I'm not giving them my money. You know what I mean? Because I don't need them, because I know how to use my money to get the results that I need for me. So thinking in terms of decades, like at 50, I'm thinking about 70. When I was 30, I was thinking about the 40 and 50-year-old version of myself. So I knew I didn't want to be working a job. Nothing wrong with working a job. I just knew, you know, that wasn't for me. So I implemented my own plan.
The freedom bell ring got me fly like a free, fly like an eagle. Let's go! Free! Let's go!
Sovereign, you know, sovereign. So I'm in 100% control of everything that I do to produce income. I have companies that are in development. I have privately held companies. I'm gonna have more. I'm gonna have a portfolio of privately owned companies that I own 100% that are going to be producing millions of dollars. And then I'll be adding land and other assets to my portfolio, so that if it ever comes a time when I choose not to work or I can't work, my income continues to grow. So when Larry Fink tells me that I need to be giving him 6% of my money, I be like,
what the fuck you know about what I need on my mind, motherfucker?
I'm looking at people who know about money and learning from different ways of doing things without being dependent on Larry Fink.
It's also really important to know all of the things that land can be used for: timber, ranching, farming, grazing, and mining. However, there is a new use for land. A lot of people are buying property, buying land, and it can be as small as 5 acres, and they're actually doing what they call a land B&B, an Airbnb based on land. So here's what you do. You buy a 5-acre tract of land and you post it that people can actually go camp out on your land. See, a lot of people like to do just what they call backpackers, backpacking, where they physically just go, they jump in their truck, they go to a tract of land with a tent, and they just camp out. It's almost like just going to a private camp for 2 or 3 days on someone else's property. Yes, it's true. People will rent your place for a day just to get away. And look, it's important to know that land is not like the stock market. It is not traded on the stock market, and it's really, the stock market has no effect on land. Land is in a financial class all by itself. So when stocks and bonds and mutual funds and all that go up and down, land itself is pretty stable. Now,
Come on, man.
Bonds are some of the safest you can invest your money in, but they're only yielding 2.4%, and they can't keep up with inflation. Perhaps that's why more fund managers are diversifying theirs and others' portfolios into raw land. So here's a question for you. Do you own raw land? Have you ever bought land? Have you sold land? Have you made a profit with land? Would you consider buying raw land? I mean, I know dudes, we like to hunt, we like to fish, we like to get out in the outdoors, and maybe if it's just a few acres, 5 or 6 here and there's something about trekking through the woods and walking through where it's quiet and peaceful, when no one can bother you, no one can tell you what to do. It's just your little piece of earth. Now, as I mentioned, fund managers are advising people to diversify their financial portfolio into land. Now, fund managers are not the same as property managers. Fund managers, what they're dealing with are the assets and the risk allocation when it comes to diversifying a person's portfolio. And it's not just raw land, it's commercial land, residential land, but they're showing people that you can actually invest in real estate and actually come out pretty good. And not just pretty good, real good. Most land right now is earning people around 10% a year on their investment.
10% a year is not bad. You know what I mean? So, like I said, legacy investments that you control 100%. So when you buy a stock, you're basically powerless. You buy a stock in somebody else's company that you don't control and own, you're giving them your power, you're giving them your money. Now, I'm not saying buying stocks is bad. I'm just saying, I'm just explaining how I see it. You're giving them money. They may not be successful. You can influence that pretty much in a significant way. You can sell the stock, but you're just sitting there hoping they do good. Whereas me owning a portfolio of privately held companies that I own and control, I affect the bottom line. And with the skills that I've developed in terms of business, I've refined my ability to be able to do it. So I just don't want to give Larry Fink my money.
Yo, Lord Hybrid, I'm gonna agree with you too.
Land can be a really good investment, but unfortunately, there's a dark side. You see, when you buy raw land, it's not making you any money. There's no passive income. There's no mailbox money, as they call it. There's no checks coming in. You just took your money and bought a piece of earth. However, the good news is you just bought a piece of land you can do anything with. You can grow stuff on it. You can sell stuff on it. You can do anything you want to with it. So this brings me back to farming, ranching, timbering, mining, among a few things. And of course, you also can't forget about short and long-term rentals of just the land. And of course, there's also wind farms and solar farms that you can actually create on your property to generate electricity. Now, when it comes to land, you can't forget about the absolute most important resource, and that is water. So a lot of people watching this video probably aren't aware that there's a water table under our earth. And fun fact, when they found oil, they actually were not digging for oil. They were digging for water and found this crazy black substance. So look, why not dig a well and bottle water? Last year alone, there were 15.3 billion gallons of water sold just through bottled water. The average cost of a bottle of water is $1.50. That's a 20-ounce bottle of water. So when you have a 128-ounce gallon of water, there's 6.5 20-ounce bottles per gallon. That means that a gallon of water is actually $9.60 a gallon. Yeah, so you're probably like me. You just discovered that, wow, a gallon of water is twice as much than a gallon of gas. So what?
You know, I grew up on well water. It's the best water. It's pure. It's clean. Just as long as you know, in a clean table, you can go out in the country, buy some acres of cheap land, invest in some bottling, and start a water company. And have, everybody buys water. I buy bottled water. Everybody buys it. Nobody wants to drink from the tap anymore. So that's quite an interesting idea. It's something I had thought about in the past as well.
What are the rich doing with their land? What is Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos and Ted Turner doing with the property that they own? So with Bill, it's farmland, and he actually farms vegetables. He farms potatoes, which are then sold to the McDonald's Corporation to make those good old French fries. Bezos' land is farmland as well, but he also has 165,000 acres in Texas that he uses to test rockets. Now, it's interesting to know that these guys aren't really farmers. They actually lease the land to farmers. And here's the reason why. 39% of the 931 million acres of farmland farmed in the United States is farmed by farmers who lease their land. That's right. These farmers don't own the land they farm on. Now, Bezos and Bill, they own less than 1 million acres between them. But here's a little fun fact. Did you know that 30 million acres of United States land is owned by foreign investors? It's the size of the state of Pennsylvania. Now, if you're wondering how much land that is, that's only 2% of the farmland in the United States. That's right, 30 million acres is just 2% of the land in the United States. Now, that said, there are government restrictions on where foreign investors can buy land and how much land they can hold. So as the amount of U.S. farmland decreases each year, the opposite can be said for the world's population. See, farmers can sell their crops to anybody, whoever they want to, anywhere in the world. So what would stop the farmers in the United States from selling their crops to, say, another country, and then have that country sell their crops that they purchase from them back to us? Now, the average cost of an acre of land in the United States runs about $12,000, but that really just depends, because if you've got a smaller tract of land, say 1, 2, 3, 12, 15, 30 acres, it may run you anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 per acre. However, when you start purchasing acreage in the hundreds, if not thousands of tracts at a time, that price goes down. That price goes down between $3,500 and $4,500 per acre. Now, as I've always said, and I tell everyone, real estate is hyper-local. You're going to have higher building costs, higher land costs, higher everything in certain parts of the United States than in others. So an acre of land is 43,560 square feet. And to put that into perspective so you can compare that to, a football field is 57,600 square feet. So a football field is 1 1/3 acre of land. Now, if you're considering buying land, it's important to know there are some tax benefits to it. You can actually deduct the interest that you pay to a bank or mortgage company for loaning you the money to purchase the land. Now, I'm no CPA, but that's called investment interest, and you're able to itemize that on your taxes to deduct that as a personal expense. So regardless of how you use the land, the most consistent and stable way to the land's value is the land itself. Simply holding the land while others proceed to acquire it increases the demand for property, which increases the value. Perhaps we're seeing another rush on land right here in the United States.
So yeah, and if you really look back into the history of the United States and really world history, like back in the day, only landowners could even vote, because they were the one paying the property taxes before the income tax. So land is the truest wealth because of the things that you can do with it, and it's sovereign wealth, meaning Larry Fink's not holding your stocks and give you a piece of paper, say you own 200 stocks of this company that you can't. It's an intangible paper asset. Whereas 150 acres of land is tangible, it's workable. You can do so many things: rent it, farm it, grow timber. You could do so many things. So I think we need to start having an understanding of tangible wealth, terrestrial wealth, as opposed to paper wealth. I'm not totally anti-stocks, but for others, I mean, I won't do them because I don't need to do them. You know what I mean? Because people be like, yeah, my Google stock did 10x in 10 years. I'm like, man, you know how many X's I be done did in 10 years with what I'm doing with a privately held company, or even within my company, just buying the inventory. I spent over $300,000 on investing into the company just this year. So when I started the year, that was my goal. Now, once I set off these last round of funds, to fund my last inventory purchase for the year, I've reached my goal. You know what I mean? And created over $2 million of potential income. So is I don't need to give Larry Fink my bread. I don't have to give my bread to the money changers.
The money changers. Every male coming to the temple for Passover was required to pay the half shekel offering, and it needed to be exchanged into tokens by the money changers. The religious leaders had quite an organized racket going on at the temple in Jerusalem. They created a way to collect money from every pilgrim coming to worship at the temple, and they did it in an inconspicuous manner by bringing in their own bankers or money changers to exchange good currency for temple tokens. The money changers added a 12% fee for their services, which was shared with the religious leaders. This became a hardship, especially for the poor and the needy. It also broke the spirit of worship at the temple and created a place of squabbling over money. When Jesus saw this, he turned over their tables and cast them out of the temple, saying, "Take these things away. Stop making my Father's house a house of merchandise."
Shout out to my boy Spark. I see you out there, fam. Equal, that's an interesting story you was telling. Mama cheated. Pops he found his real pops, and turned out his pops was rich. And that's an interesting story, because that's another thing about this form of wealth, is that it's perpetual. Like, just imagine if you got 10,000 acres, you have your descendants have income. They have income and they have assets. Or you just got to make sure they know how to manage it, and you understand, how to use it without losing it. Paying the taxes, not getting in, putting debt on the land unless you're doing something productive to improve the land, that you done an analysis with the numbers to make sure that that the debt that you've acquired against the land, you collateralize and leverage the land, is used to improve the land, to increase the income, or to secure more land. You know what I mean? Be smart with it. It's like me. I could take, if I took my line of credit and used it to buy another G-Wagon, then I would be abusing my business and doing something stupid.
When you look at what Lord Hybrid is saying, he's right about all that, really.
Yeah, so this just one of those things where, we gotta stop. We gotta know who these money changers are, and the fact that they're not in it for us, and it's not about us. It's about them taking our power away and keeping us dumb, keeping us working, and just getting a VIG, getting a percentage of what we work, with a promise that you'll be able to retire off this. And then when you get old, it'd be like, go back to Larry Fink, be like, Larry, okay, I'm finally ready to retire. And it's not gonna be enough. He done shape shifted and did all kind of trades and transactions, and he done got his however many percent of your money, and it ain't gonna be enough. You gotta build your own thing however you can with the knowledge you have. But I would never get that fool my disposable income and trust him to give me a retirement.
Lord Hybrid is right.
So that's a thing. But I really love the land investment. Y'all know I've been talking about land, and I've been blessed to grow up on inherited land of almost 200 acres that my great grandfather left our family, and that we still have people that live on.
and seeing how they sold trees, and my grandma and them would get these fat checks, and this was left to them by their father, you know, and seeing how other people use land, like grazing, where I come from, you know, in the rural parts of South Carolina, there's acres and acres of land. A lot of people grow trees. A lot of people have cows on their land. Some people grow food. Some people grow cotton. You could grow all kind of commodities like cotton, hemp. You know, you can grow all kind of stuff. Industrial hemp is a really good fiber that can be used industrially for a lot of different things. You can grow bamboo. Now they're using bamboo to make clothes and pillows and sheets and all kind of stuff. So, you know, a land investment is a productive asset if you make it that, and you have to educate yourself how to make it that. But it's better than giving Larry Fink your money.
On the hardwoods, and when you're looking at timberland, is potential market value of some of the woods that's in here. This is a white oak under a great amount of demand right now, and the prices are really great. So looking at and being able to identify the potential value of the trees that are on it, learn how to identify the species, and if you don't know, get a consulting forester to walk it with you to give you an opinion of value. But a lot of times you can buy property that's well stocked with marketable timber that can give you an immediate return on investment or over time. The other thing to look at is the distribution and size and age classes of a stand. If everything is all one size, then you might have some immediate value, but over time you want to be able to extrapolate some of that other as those younger trees are growing and filling in. Managing your timber is just as important as managing your fields and everything else. And just like your home and your pond and your yard, if you manage your timber correctly, it can provide great returns over time. And a lot of these species are also great wildlife value trees, so they all kind of work hand in glove.
Different, I think, letter from what you've done before. Personal. Starts with your parents,
right,
and they're saving for retirement,
yeah,
and includes your grandkids as well.
Yes.
The retirement crisis. Give us your diagnosis of that problem right now.
Well, it's something I've been writing about for years, but I emphasize it in this letter. And, you know, all my letters have been based on...
Shut the fuck up!
I want to listen to that nigga. Don't give that nigga no money, y'all. Stop giving that nigga your money. Then the bullshit is you give these motherfucking niggas your money, and then you get penalized. The government penalizes you, they penalize you, and then once you lock your money up with these stupid fucks, then if you need the money, you gotta apply. I got a hardship. Well, what if you don't have a hardship? You just need your money. There's an opportunity. We'll lend you the money. So now I gotta pay you interest on my money. This shit is totally fucking ridiculous, man. Fuck that. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, you know, that's just some thoughts I was thinking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? The money changers, they're not gonna help you retire. They're gonna help themselves to your money. They're gonna remove your power from you. They're gonna benefit themselves, and they're gonna keep selling you that you need them when you don't. You need you. You need to educate you. And you need to stop listening to Larry Fink. That's what you need.
Conversation with clients. So it is, and so over the past year, I heard more and more conversation about retirement, the retirement crisis, from many parts of the world, from middle-class developing countries to developed countries. The acute problem here in the United States is that we have still 57 million Americans who don't have any savings or any retirement plan.
Shut the fuck up!
You the problem, motherfucker. Fuck you. Anyway, you ain't like us, Larry Fink.
We don't claim you.
And if you give Larry Fink your money,
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
you better off buying crypto than giving him your money. And my I gotta, you know, I'm doing my year-end planning with my CPA, and you know, we were talking about she was getting some information from me, And one of the things she was telling me, she was like, well, you got the 401k contributions is up to you can give up to 43,000 this year. So you know, you can do that. You know, so let's talk about that. You know what I told her?
Get the fuck out of here.
We ain't having it. Don't need your money, ho. I don't need you to, cause then they always giving somebody else a kickback. You know what I mean? For your money. For convincing you to convincing me to give them my money and lock it up for I don't know how many years with some fake tax credits or business. It's bullshit, man. I just can't stand that shit. You know what I mean? I hate to have to be so rude to my accountant, but I had to tell her.
You ain't nobody.
And so when she said talking about the money, I was like, you know, we ain't, you know, I'm not giving you the money. So she was looking at my numbers and everything, and I looked at my money and I just had to tell her.
Get my money, you cheap bitch.
You know what I mean? So that's what we did. But anyway, I'm gonna close out with the last one. My ex sugar baby hit me up, who aborted the baby, and she just hit me up out the blue. And just how you doing and all that shit. Because the last time she called me like several months ago, I didn't even answer. I ain't responded. Nothing. She hit me again, and now she's trying to present herself as a different person. Because now she's 30. She been out there in the real world. When we parted ways, I said, you know, you're not gonna meet another dude like me. I don't know another dude like me. Just in my peer group, like there's not that many dudes getting money. Most dudes just got regular jobs. Most dudes are just living an average life. That's why they call us the 1%. And so she's trying to present herself now as, yeah, I love cooking. I cook every day for my mom. Look, this is the bottom line. She got her 2 degrees. You know, these black women, they really value those degrees. She's got 2 of them. Still ain't got no car. Still living with her mama in a government subsidized apartment. Working a job, getting regular money, and it's done settled in that I threw something valuable away. I did a stupid thing. So now with her kind of like manipulative ways, I would guess she's trying to represent herself as a domestic, and she's talking all this Bible stuff like, yeah, the man is the boss, and she was the most hard-headed chick. I don't trust the chick at all. And she apologized for the abortion, and you know, she still, I could tell she's still really dense on a lot of things. Do I believe she's changed? Well, you know, just from me knowing her, I don't trust her. So I would say no. But has she learned something? I think she have learned something, because a lot of these women, like she was one of them chicks that really thought she was gonna be making like $500,000 and all that. Now she done been out there for some years, and she see, like when she first got into the workforce after college, she was like, yeah, well, I was telling my supervisor that I think we should do this way. I was like, yo. And I was like, you satisfied with your money? No. And I was telling her, she was like, I think I would move up. And I was like, tell me this. How old is your supervisor? It's like 60. I was like, yeah. And she's just a supervisor. So you think just because you can tell her that something is you think it's a better way to do it, you think that that's gonna get you a promotion? Like, are you the best worker there? Are you working extra, Are you shining brighter than all the? Well, I don't like doing the administrative part of my job. I said, I know, because you lazy. Because that's the real work. You like sitting on the phone and doing the calls and doing whatever you're doing. But when it comes to actually doing the work, the paperwork and all of that stuff, it's like when a cop make an arrest, there's a whole lot of paperwork for each arrest. Anything there's an administrative aspect to the job, like if you're doing a corporate job. So it's just like you done got a taste of that real world that I kept telling you about back in the day. And you see what your prospects are. And you see that you have made zero progress other than getting a job. That's just you getting by, but you're not coming up. So now you, like, damn, I'm 30, ain't got no money, no kids. I'm living in government subsidized apartment, ain't got no car. And I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna move up. It's going. I don't think you fully understand. It's gonna take you like 20 years to move up just to get to the supervisor. You'll be lucky if you get a management position, and then you're gonna see when the management positions open up, they're gonna bring people from the outside and fill those positions. A lot of times when it like my experience in corporate America, when a management position came available, they didn't choose one of us. They brought in somebody from the outside. So you thinking, and then you working for a nonprofit. I'm like, I used to work at the same company. That was my last job. I worked straight corporate, private sector, for-profit, large corporations where you got to work and you got to work hard. So ending at a nonprofit was kind of cake. I was like, you complaining now, God forbid you got to go to the real private sector, the for-profit world. It's about efficiency. You got motherfuckers like Elon Musk running the company, trying to cut motherfuckers and get more work out of each motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So she, I could see a little peanut walnut, fucking dog brain size brain starting to like figure shit out, but at the same time, that biological clock's ticking. Look, she's not gonna bump into another me out there, and she's 30 now, so obviously the prime is over. You know how women's rapid decline out of their prime. You know, once they hit 30, your prime days are over. Bitch, the prime chicks are 20 through 24. 19, really 18 through 24, the prime chicks, like the super fine chicks that, you know, P. Diddy, you see P. Diddy when Cassie aged out, he didn't really, you know, he set out the pasture, you know, even with his baby moms, with Kim Porter, you know, he kept her, you know, because she gave him 3 kids, so he had to look out and make sure she lived good, but he didn't want to be with her. He keep recycling younger women. So I think, and with the prevalence of male content, it's reaching women, and even some women are starting to create the content that parrots what we've been talking about in the male space for years, and even people before me. Oh shit, my boy Legendary. Yo, what's good, Legendary? Where you been, boy? That's my man, Legendary. He used to be Legendary Loser, but now he's Legendary Winner. You know what I mean? We made him change that. I was like, don't call yourself no Legendary Loser. Okay. Hybrid, with the utmost respect, you need to stop all communication with her. It's not good for you. There are a billion women out there, and mostly they're all the same. Well, if they all the same, dude. If I talk to another one, it's gonna be the same thing, right? But nah, I don't have any interest in her. she's a she's subprime, man. I got good credit. I don't take no subprime loans, nigga. I wouldn't get on a fucking plane and go to the Dominican Republic where I got 21s and 22s and 24-year-olds waiting on me that look way better than her, and that's gonna give me a way better experience. But you gotta let me collect the data, Eagle Eye. I like talking to her because I like to see her tactics. Because I was it's this one channel, it's this black man who talk about dealing with exes. I wish I could get I could remember. I was watching him like for a minute. And he talks about like no contact and stuff like that. What's the name of that cat? What's the name of that guy? Let me see the name of this guy. He's black something, black X. No contact. What's the name of that nigga? That's the guy. This guy. Yo, this dude, his name is Coach Black. He's a black guy, but he got like how to break up with your girl and how to go no contact and all of the phases of it and all of that stuff. Yo, this dude is good, man. This dude, Coach Black, is good. Blackademic. And I used to listen to his videos. And I like to talk to her to collect the data to see where her mind's going, because like to see how the reality, how the delusion of their youth and their prime beauty and their feminism from their colleges and university, and then as they age, she's like a what you call them motherfuckers? She's like my lab rat. I gotta get this data, Eli. Let me get this motherfucking data, brother. Please, brother. Let me get this data. So I'm see if I can snatch one of his videos where he's talking about that. Let me see, and we can listen to it together. But you gotta let me get my little bit of I enjoy seeing her go nowhere and all of everything that I told her come true. She dusty, she ain't got no money, she ain't doing good in her career, all them degrees ain't helping, she's in a mountain of student debt, Joe Biden didn't save her, and now she's crawling back on her knees trying to manipulate her way back into the doors. And I just, it validates me, man. It makes me feel happy, dog. You know what I'm saying? Don't take that from me, Eagle Eye, please, brother. Let me see. My boy Legendary. My nigga, you was putting me game at 19, now 26, making money in shape, and I graduated. No doubt, bro. Yo, my boy Legendary, man, he go way back with me, man. I'm glad to see my bro. I'm glad you found me again. Got me a good chick too. Gotta thank you and King Riches. I ain't no incel ass nigga. SBI for life, no doubt, bro. I'm glad you got you a good girl, man. I'm glad you're doing well, bro. And yeah, he was a little young guy, man. He was hanging out with Lord Hybrid way back in the day. And it's a lot of cats from back in the day. So yeah, man, I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you we reconnected, and I'm glad you're doing well, man. I love all my internet cats. We've been doing this since I think 2016. I think it's been about 8 years we've been doing this thing. I think when I first started my little MGTOW channel. Before when it was Google Hangouts, and it was you didn't need no StreamYard, and it wasn't no monetization, and we was just doing like 8-hour, 12-hour streams. We was just a group of guys, misfits, hanging out on the internet. So yeah, man. But I'm gonna read some of these titles. Y'all tell me if any of these titles sound interesting. How long should you no contact? How long should no contact last after a breakup? Your ex will only miss you and feel deep loss when this happens. Will your avoidant ex miss you if you are silent? I mean, and yo, the stuff this dude say he be right, man. This dude ain't just another dumb nigga on the internet. This dude is he the stuff he be saying is right a lot of the time, most of the time. Sometimes it's just over. Let go of your ex. Excuse me. These are 2 breakup reasons that no contact will never fix the sad truth. Beyond no contact, a better breakup framework for 2024. What if my ex never comes back after no contact? This must always happen first before your ex comes back to you. I like that one. Avoidance only come back for these 2 reasons after a breakup. You must let your ex wonder about you to make them fear losing you. I mean, and overall, his message is, when it comes to exes, walk away and don't look back. And once it's like, if they did you wrong or they didn't appreciate you or whatever it was, when they know you're walking away and you're moving on, you got to give that time to settle in. You know what I mean? And if you keep running right back, they'll never respect you or take you seriously, and they're going to keep walking on you and treating you like a little midget. You know what I mean? So, I ain't never seen a dime piece with a midget. Unless that midget was like a rapper or a damn actor. He was, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, a regular midget, like a regular guy, I never seen a midget with a dime piece. Let me see. I first bought crypto in 2017 due to Hybrid. Big ups, homie. No doubt, producer for real. How got me started with a Jax wallet. I remember the Jax wallet. Yeah, man. Yo, we went hardcore. We went hardcore on crypto, and a lot of us made some real bread. You know what I mean? Especially y'all that follow me into that Regal coin, y'all got paid because I got paid. I mean, like 400,000 on that. You know what I'm saying? I made 400,000 in like months, like short, like 2 months. It was not a long time. So, and I'm glad to see crypto back pumping. I'm glad to see the guys back active. I'm glad to see, and I hope that we have a really strong bull run, and I hope that my guys get paid. You know what I mean? And take that money and do something with it that y'all want to do. Use it for whatever you got. Even if it is to buy stocks or whatever, but just use it or buy a piece, put a down payment on real estate. Crypto been really good to me. Crypto helped me jump up. It was like a cheat code. Like, look, y'all, like Legendary know. I was in a little leak. I was in a Kia because I never lied about nothing. I was in a Kia in an old leaky house, my great granddaddy old leaky house out in the country. So my I had a bad HVAC unit, so I turn on the air and then it'd be leaking. So some of my classic videos, you hear drip in the back. That's where I was at. I was in that driving a Kia, and from there, I went straight from the leaky house because of crypto. I skipped levels, the cheat code. The crypto put me from the leaky house, paying $500 a month, back in the country, to the penthouse in the middle of the city with a brand new whip. You know what I mean? All bought cash. So, in the with the condo, the penthouse, I had so much money, I just paid the rent. I was renting, but I paid it up for like a year. So I paid it up. I had a brand new paid for car. I went from the old leaky house in the country to the penthouse with the big booty bitches running around, and got my ass on Seeking Arrangement, started banging the dimes. I was living like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? and crypto was the cheat code that got me there. And I think crypto still has it. It's a lot of action in the meme coins. I'm telling you, y'all. Yeah, yo, I'm gonna do some research, man. I'm gonna go into them coins on Solana Dex. I don't know what's happening on Ripple, but I guarantee you, if they got a Dex on Ripple and they got a lot of little coins down there, it's gains to be had. So yo, I'm always have a place in my heart for crypto. It's just for me, y'all know where I'm at. I'm at a different stage in life. I'm at a different, I'm older than most of y'all. Like Legendary, he only 26. I forgot my little man from London, from England. What's my little man name? I forgot his little name. Damn. What's my little man from England? He was with me since he was like 18. He probably even 17, 16. Damn, I can't remember that nigga name. Was it Mysterious? What the name of that nigga is? I almost had it. If I could just find someone to tell me when to sell, that's the hard part. That's what me and Spark was telling me about. Was like, I didn't take the profits. You got to take your profits, and it's hard. I started selling when I wanted, when I needed a car. I sold. I was going on SPI vacations, off crypto, flying first class, getting fly spots. Yo, crypto did me right, man. I want to put I need to get something where I can put a Bitcoin on my, like a big portrait or something of Bitcoin on my wall. Cause it definitely boosted me in life, man. Crypto blessed me. But yeah, man. So that's what's going on. And I'm wishing the best for the crypto guys. Let me see. I'm gonna flash y'all messages up here real quick. SPI for life, man. Legendary. Big up producer for real. We had the Jax wallets, my boy Eagle Eye. That's the conundrum right there, Eagle Eye. Trump went and pushed crypto to all-time highs. It's not all-time highs though, but it's up. Well, Bitcoin's all-time high. I got some stuff that ain't all-time high, that ain't back all-time high yet. But but look, you got to think he ain't even in there yet. He's gonna fire Gensler. I saw something where there's a rumor that he quit, but I don't think he quit. He's gonna fire Gensler, the guy that's been harassing all the crypto companies. He's gonna get crypto people in there. I just saw where Robert Kennedy, RFK, just said most of his wealth is in Bitcoin. So he's doing well. He's doing well right now. I'm on Solana. Solana means are a cheat code. You find the right group of people and make a good play. You can run up something from 10K to $1 million in minutes. Easy gains. Yep. Yeah. That's where the crazy money gonna be made. See, we was doing crazy stuff in the like I said, I think I did either a 40 or a 70x. I can't remember, but I know I took 11,000 and ended up with like over 400,000 in a quick amount of time. And when I pulled out a BitConnect, I had I think 54 Bitcoin. I could have just stored those and just stuck them on the exchange and left them there, and I'd be having like damn near 5 million in value right now. But we were experimenting. We were just excited to get to the next thing and to the next thing and learn so much. It was a wonderful experience, and it was a bread-winning experience. So if you missed out on, if you trying to come up and you don't start experimenting with crypto right now,
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
you know what I'm saying? Because you ain't doing nothing but stifling yourself.
You know what I mean? So on. Let me see one more thing. I want to get this video. This link. Give me 1 second, fellas.
SP motherfucking I.
I told you this, nigga. You was gonna get left.
Jason. Get the fuck off our dick.
Get my money, you cheap bitch!
With that pussy.
Come on, I got a present for you. Suck it! Suck it, nigga!
Again with the money? Yeah, again with the money.
God damn, look at my pockets now. Started my own business. I done blew up for realists. Stacks coming in every day. On foreign islands is where the fuck I stay. Fucking foreign bitches, they be cooking, they be fucking, they be sucking. Man, it isn't nothing. I'm the motherfucking shit. Bitch, without you, I'm set free. I'm so damn high. You got to look up on the sky, cause I'm on a plane, that's why. To an international destination with no hesitation. Got bitches waiting at reception with invitations with my name on it, goddammit. I done turned my life to the shit. And guess what? I didn't need no motherfucking bitch.
You got left.
SP motherfucking I.
I told you this, nigga.
We are better than you niggas. We are better than you niggas.
You ain't nobody.
We are better than you niggas.
You're so dumb.
We are better than you niggas.
You ain't shit.
We are better than you niggas.
You ain't shit.
We are better than you niggas.
You ain't nobody.
We are better than you niggas.
You're so dumb.
We are better than you niggas.
You ain't nobody.
We are better than you niggas.
Wow.
We are better than you niggas. We are better than you niggas. We are better than you niggas. We are better than you niggas.
You're so dumb.
You ain't nobody. You ain't shit.
We don't claim you.
SP motherfucking I.
These niggas can't touch us.
Okay, I'm trying to download a video to see if I don't know how long this thing gonna take. This thing ain't telling me. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, I wanted to go over this video, then I'm gonna be up out of here. But yeah, man, crypto is an opportunity. You know what I mean? And if you don't take advantage of it, it's just be another missed opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna have to slap you. You just might as well slap yourself. You're gonna miss out on opportunities. So then you're gonna get on crack and you're gonna be out there.
And I said I suck your dick.
Living like that nigga. So let me see if this thing finished down on you. Let me see who out here. Hold up. Stupid poodle coin. I got like 1 billion of them for free. I keep watching it go up slowly but surely. Okay, stupid poodle. That's the mean coins, man. I don't. I mean, they just do what they do, man. I don't know how they you know, how they work or what they mean or how you know when everybody's getting them and everything, but you know, the meme coins are interesting. And I think you know, I agree with Eagle Eyes. Yo, Trump is outside, man. Trump was just at the UFC match. He was in DC. You know, I gotta give it to Trump, man. He's a G, man. Trump, they had two people trying to shoot at him. He done had everybody, the government coming at him legally, and he don't care. He's outside. He's with the people. He's being himself. The dude don't have no fear, and it don't even seem like he think that he can be touched. He's not thinking about that. He was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to the UFC match. I'm gonna hang out with Vivek and Elon and Dana White and all them cats. And you know, he ain't worried about nothing, man. He gonna do what he gonna do. I guess he feel like, yo, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I ain't stopping nothing. We outside. That's what my boy Trump's saying. We outside. So I'm like, yo, salute, bro. Salute to him.
Lloyd Hybrid. Yeah. Lloyd Hybrid. Salute.
Yeah, salute Trump, man. Shout out, big homie. Okay. All right. Now on my finale, I'm gonna wrap up on this relationship thing. Cause I just love seeing this bitch have to grovel and come back. You back broke. You thought you was all that. Your ass ain't shit. Where did it go? Hold on. I thought I had it. Oh, didn't work. Let me see. Maybe I could do it like this. I could do it like this one, right? Let me see. I'm gonna do it this way with the screen share. Maybe it'll work, but I want to just hear what this guy got to say. I ain't heard this video.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Coach Black, your internet's relationship and breakup coach. Today's topic: this will always happen first before your ex comes back to you. Now, if you're in a place of fear and anxiety because you're worried that nothing is going to bring your ex back.
And no, Eagle Eye, I don't want the bitch back.
Maybe you've done all the things that I suggest you don't do, and you've begged your ex, you've chased him, you tried to have conversations, you sent them the long text message, but all to no avail. Currently, they're acting like you don't exist.
And I didn't do none of that shit.
And maybe in some cases, they are hyper negative. They're telling you to stop reaching out. And so you're finally doing no contact, but more so as a last resort because there's nothing else left to do. But in your mind, you're thinking, oh, how in the world can I go from where I am today to some distant future where my ex is loving, caring, affectionate, and they're happy to be with me? It's almost like mission impossible, right? And I totally get this. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how we can really turn that ship around. What are the things that we're going to see? What are the things that your ex is going to do for us to know that finally things are starting to look in your favor? Now, the simple question is, okay, what is your ex testing for? Essentially, they're testing to see, are you good enough for me? Are you on the same level as I am? Are you as high value as I perceive myself to be? What are traits of someone who's confident? What are traits of someone who is high value, who has options? Well, like I mentioned before, they're not desperate. So let's say one of the tests you get from your ex is, they watch your story. It doesn't matter. It's not enough to move a high value person off center, especially if our last interaction was you dumping me chasing you and trying to be with you, and now you just watch my story. What am I supposed to do? Show up at your home, send you a letter? Of course not. So little things like that you ignore. It's a test. And no matter the reaction you get from your ex, as long as you're behaving in a high value way, you are passing the test. For example, a more extreme test that I've seen is you go no contact. You finally give your ex what they want. And then they send you a text message and they say, I just can't believe that you can go 3 weeks without talking to me. This is why we broke up in the first place, because you don't care about me. Remember, this is someone who chose to leave you. This is someone you begged and chased and tried to be in a relationship with, and they said no. So you always bring that back to your forefront and don't focus too much on what they're saying currently. Just say, how can I convey myself in a more high value way, in the most attractive way? And you say, well, if you miss
and the woman gonna know, okay, he got something. He pulled up in the G-Wagon.
I want to pull up in the G-Wagon on the bitch so bad, man. I just want to pull up on the G-Wagon and just, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I'm at the point to where my high valueness already been established. So I just want to stun on her. You know what I mean? I just want to punish her, but I want to, this is my experiment. You know, my name originally was MGTOW Hybrid Experiments. I just want to stun on her and then see the groveling and how does she come with manipulation? Like, I talked to her on the phone for a while this week, and I'm gonna chop up the conversation and use that. Let y'all see how what tactics she used. But she used like victimhood, like when I verbally disciplined her. She like, oh, that damaged me, that traumatized me. And I'm just like, I'm not, I always shoot that shit down. Like, you weak. You did some bullshit. You got cussed out. You need to get your head out your own ass, but I want to experiment as I stunt more to see how she comes with the trying to get back, and can I just break her down? Because no matter what she do, she's gonna lose. You know what I mean? She made me lose because I'm not interested in her. She made me lose. I want to make her lose. So that's my motivation, is to just, flex. I had to tell her, I was like, last time I seen you was fat. You like, you think I was fat? I was like, yeah, you was fat. I was shocked how fat you were. I can just talk to her like that, and he who laughs last laughs best. And the best part about it is I don't want the bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want her back. So now I'm just collecting data and getting validation for myself and for my ego, and watching her realize that I'm not the shit. He's the shit. And seeing that realization happen, and then watching the reactions and documenting that, and getting my thrill from seeing how she, it's the same principle as the dude who holler at the chick and she shoot him down. Then he go get in the Lambo and she be like, hold up, wait, no, I wanted to meet you. Then he just pull off. It's like that. That's what I want to do. So it's feed my ego. It's like getting revenge, is all that kind of crap. So, but wanting the bitch back and all that shit, fuck no.
Missed me that much, maybe you should have picked up the phone and called. Okay, you always want to carry yourself well. Now, I want to keep this video short, so I don't want us to go all over the place. And I'm going to make a separate video about this, but when it comes to the masculine and feminine, this is an important component. when your ex is reaching out to you directly, all right, I've made another video. I'm going to link that down below. I think that was called, this is the exact way your ex will reach out to you. There's the direct approach and there's the more indirect approach. If they reach out to you directly, if you're in the masculine, it is okay for you to pursue or move things forward, okay? But you literally do that as directly as possible. You ask, hey, good to hear from you. When are you free together? Something like that. You can do that over 2 text messages or 3 text messages, but you don't waste time. You don't sit there and have an hour conversation with your ex. So it's okay for you to say, after they reach out to you first, it's okay for you to say, you know, what's your schedule like? Let's get together. Let's grab a drink, something simple. And if they do not accept, always remember, you're a high value person. You don't double text. You don't say, please, will you think about it? You just say, all right, well, hey, if you change your mind, let me know. And
the woman gonna know, okay, he got something. He pulled up in the G-Wagon.
Remember, it does not matter what your ex says or it does in the moment. All that matters is that you pass the test. Now, if you're in that feminine, a simple way to think about it is it's the man's responsibility or it's the masculine's responsibility to pursue you, okay? Even during a breakup. So it's okay for you to respond to a text message or a couple of text messages.
Shut the fuck up!
He is not.
All right, that's enough of this nigga. I don't give a fuck enough to hear this shit. But yeah, I just want to stunt on her, man. I just want to stunt on her and watch her just be broke and just like, damn, no, you know what I mean? So it gives me a lot of pleasure. And that's the petty side of me, and I acknowledge my petty side. I acknowledge my ego. Bitch, I can never forgive you for what you did, so it's just like, I just want to watch you be nobody. Okay, man. So anyway, I ain't got time to be out this motherfucker all night. I just want to tell the bitch, hey, bitch, you dummy! And then when I see the bitch broke with no car, staying in the old government subsidized Project Negro apartments, I just want to do this. And when I'm passing by in the G-Wagon, I'm just gonna look out the window and tell her, you ain't nobody. You know what I mean? 'Cause you know what you know what it is.
Stay the fuck away from these hoes, the dumb motherfuckers. Like, god damn.
So, you know, I don't put no faith in these hoes, but I'm glad for everybody that feel like they got a good woman. If you got a good girl, you got a good woman, and you got something you feel like of value and you want to hold on to that, you know, I want you to hold on to that because a good woman is a good thing.
When you look at what Lord Hybrid is saying, he's right about all that, really.
You know what I mean? So, riding around in the G-Wagon, I have seen some chicks like giving me the hard stares. I'm about to put some wheels on that motherfucker, and just pimp it out. But I see a lot of people staring, like, you know, like it's catching their eye. So it's that's another form of validation. That's a form of you know, just, you know what I'm saying? SPI.
But if you believe in God, believe in
SP motherfucking I.
Believe in that, for real.
So the validation is a real thing. So anyway, man, you know what it is.
Trust, believe in the Most High, and chase your dreams. I'm chasing my dreams. It's hard. If it was a plane, you're gonna experience turbulence. Yeah, if it's a ship, you're gonna go through some rough waters where rocky big waves, ride there. As long as you believe that your destination, you want to get there, you'll do it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm living my dreams.
This bromance and this masculinity stuff.
I told you this, nigga.
In business, the goal is for you to become independent and be the boss, take the responsibility, and also get the profit.
I ain't got no motherfucking boss.
SP motherfucking I.
You know what's gangster to me? It's to live the way you want to live.
Lord Hybrid. Lord Hybrid, my brother. Peace to the God.
Lord Hybrid.
Lloyd Hybrid. Yeah. Lloyd Hybrid. Salute.
Shout out to Lord Hybrid.
And then I want to give an acknowledgement to my rich friends in the building. Shout out to Lord Hybrid.
Yo, Lord Hybrid, my boy got them bands, bro.
Nigga got money.
Again with the money? Yeah, again with the money.
And the woman gonna know, okay, he got something. He pulled up in the G-Wagon.
I can smell a motherfucker with money.
Stay the fuck away from these hoes, the dumb motherfuckers. Like, god damn.
Come on, man.
You ain't black.
I mean, discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. That is a great quote.
I want all the cars. I want all my niggas with the cars. I want all the hoes. I want all the jewelry. We popping bottles.
Ain't nobody slinging no dick in here but Big Daddy, because he the only one paying bills.
Right.
Shout out, big respect to Taliban. They just kicked all the Afghan women out of the colleges and workforce. They may have just saved the family.
What the fuck?
Yo, what the fuck?
This nigga wildin', bro.
Lord Hybrid. Yo, this nigga, bro. Raiden.
God of Thunder. Taliban.
Yo, y'all got no chill in the chat, man.
Because I told you last night don't be fucking smoking if you ain't got my fucking money. I told you that shit last night, right? If you ain't got my money.
I told you this, nigga, 2 years ago, you was gonna get left.
Damn, not my boy on that shit.
Wake your ass up.
Slap him again, cuz.
Wake your ass up.
Damn. Get up, cuz. Tighten up. Shake back. Shake him back.
Shake back, nigga.
Shake back. Shake back. Shake back. Slap him again one more time. Shake back. Shake back. That nigga sweaty as hell.
Suck a dog dick, nigga. Fuck you, nigga.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It is you! I cannot believe it! Oh. Greetings, Your Highness! Greetings.
Please stop bowing, please.
I hate you. I hate you too, little nigga.
Royalty, the Lord and the Emperor. Yo, bitch, she done already got taken advantage of. We been pimping her. I've been renting, stimping her, busting on her. I think I bust so much on her, I gave her pneumonia. She was trying to give me herpes. I told her, please, pass me that box of condoms. I got to put that over me before I go up in you. You know how I do hybrid. I'm keeping it true. 100% the realest. You could tell I really did it. You could see I really live it. Motherfucking big booty bitches running around in the penthouse with their asses all out.
Down!
Follow behind the camera that I'm holding. I'm molding these bitches to be more devilish. Niggas is getting mad. It's real sad when you look at what he have and then you look at what you got and you be like, damn, I don't have much.
Not the broke nigga.
We don't claim you.
Not even a lot of hoes come through cause your place kinda funky and creepy and small. Man, get your old ass balls and get up off your drawers and go out there and make some money, nigga. Build your wealth. You ought to be ashamed of yourself with your broke ass.
I'm broke, nigga, I'm broke.
Go work for your master, niggas work for me and give me cheese. Nigga, it's a blessing to be this intelligent and effervescent with my mind shining way brighter than the fucking sun even shine. Y'all niggas need to put more time in trying to understand what the grind is. Y'all niggas was walking out here wealthless and mindless.
I'm broke, nigga. I'm broke. I can't eat.